Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to Phantom Brigade, where I am still a little sick, but I'm not too sick to burn down the capital city of... Wait, this is our country. To save the capital city without burning, I'm going to burn as little as possible of it. So you can see here, I've struck out. I have claimed an awful lot of territory at this point, and unfortunately, it did kind of fall into my concerns. It really does feel like just kind of doing the same thing again and again. The enemies are not really scaling in difficulty in any obvious way. If anything, the battles are getting easier and easier as I go on, because as a player, we are able to take advantage of every increase in equipment to a much greater degree than the enemies, mostly because almost all enemy attacks miss and stuff due to, the time prediction stuff. So, but I said we would at the very least try taking the capital district on camera, because this capital city seems like it's probably going to be interesting in some way, right? It's probably going to be unusual. So in the text down there, notice the city, the seat of power for the occupation cannot be attacked conventionally. Only a well-executed strike against high command in the city core has a chance of success, and such a strategy won't be possible until every surrounding province is liberated. So that's what I went and did, and that's where we're at right now. Now, the capital city has a level of 7 and a threat rating of 825. 825 is a lot, certainly, but I don't think that it indicates the danger level of the mission so much as it indicates the amount of trouble you're going to run into. Level 7 is how difficult each individual enemy will be, and then TR 825 tells us there will be a very large number of enemies over the course of the whole thing. You can see over here we are threat level 9 we are threat 9.9 with a level of 278. I don't really... These numbers are gibberish. They're abstract gibberish. But basically, ready for it, I think. Probably a little bit beyond ready for it, but this was the fastest I was able to surround the capital. So, to be clear, we have 9 mechs ready at this point, because, I bought some upgrades, needed something to spend on. We have our basic squad here. Why is your gun not the same color as the rest of your... Okay. Salvaged parts, So we have our marksman, gunner, our sniper rifle, our assault rifle mech, and of course the heavy. I have been running a little bit of a long range missile launcher unit just because it's very easy. You really don't have to spend a lot of effort positioning the missile launcher mech, which is cool. We have a rail gunner. Just I kind of was running out of stuff to do. Here's a shotgun with a pretty decent shotgun and shield. This is a close range beam weapon, a high focus. So it's got a similar range to a shotgun, but the idea is you just get in and drill right through the center of somebody, and it is more or less immune to cover because it'll just carve through whatever's between you and the target. And then a sword mech, but listen, I tried a lot of versions of the sword mech, or the melee weapon mech. There's axes and hammers and whatnot. It never seems worth it, which is a real shame, because that is giant mechs using melee weapons on each other is definitely one of my favorite mecha things. It's a real bummer that it doesn't seem to be super viable here. Anyway, let's go ahead and ride on the capital city and see what's what. I'm not really sure how this is going to go. I don't know if we'll need to hit the contest button here or what. For the moment, I'm going to try just driving at it, and we're going to see if we get a cool battle with custom terrain. I'm definitely seeing a lot of repeated maps as well. The maps are obviously not procedurally generated. There's a collection of maps, and then the enemy groupings are both the units in them are procedurally generated, and also their positions relative to your position get procedurally generated, but you start to learn the maps over time. I mean, it's a very impressive looking city. Let's see what happens. This is it. The distant vision of the capital peeking over the horizon is enough to convey the gravity of your mission. Even from here, the cacophony of gunfire and explosions reaches the base. The Home Guard is buying you time with blood and metal. A strike to the nation's heart must be decisive. Your engineers are prepared, your mechs are poised, and your pilots willing. The battle will not be brief or easy. Make sure you are ready before you join the fray. I mean, I'm as ready as I'm getting. Do as liberation compels. So I think I definitely want to run these three. I did end up giving the heavy mech a backup weapon instead of just leaving the slot empty because I found a sword that can be equipped for only a single mass. It didn't really change anything meaningful about the mech, but now it can do something, I guess, if somebody closes up on it. Aside from that, these are all very familiar builds. We've got just better versions of all of the tools in them. Do I want to have the railgunner be our fourth, though? I think there's definitely an argument to be made for, like, it's a very, very long-range battle, and I'm wondering if maybe the missile battery mech... the missile battery mech has as its secondary basically a railgun shotgun that I have not had very much opportunity to use, but it's neat. It's a neat thing in theory. Let's try it like this. This gives us a lot of ability to pick at the enemies from a distance. You'll notice that for our point mech, I discovered they had this like pink and light blue color scheme that I don't know, something about that's just it's very comforting to me. So yeah, this is what the squad looks like. I think we're ready. I don't think there's anything to hold back on here. One thing that I will say is that I feel like as the difficulty level has gone up, the enemies are rushing my sniper a little bit more often, which is at least, you know, strategically that's interesting. I have been getting more and more value out of the SMG, and I had to say that SMG is like a pretty decent weapon. All right, objective is to reach the capital center. Don't expect an easy tussle. Yeah, there's the home guards here, I guess. If you can thin out the crowd in this battle, we can cover your back during the second phase. Okay, so we have a primary objective over here in the park. The background is sort of, I don't want to call it a skybox, obviously, because we're mostly looking down, but the like distant background is very cool here. So eliminate 8 enemy units to relieve the home guard for their help in the next battle. All of your functioning units make it to the primary objective, and there are more enemies at this location. It doesn't actually show me the location when I click, but okay, there will be more enemies soon. And there are 3 mechs, 2 tanks right now, and just a hell of a lot of basic machine gun turrets, I'm assuming. Okay, some missile launchers, but like, if you just stay back, you can often pick off the turrets at your own sort of leisure. So, who is threatened? Looks like there's a fair amount of focus on the missile launcher mech, which is great because we can just run it behind a building somewhere. It doesn't need direct line of sight to do its thing. This mech, as it approaches, is going to try to take some pot shots at the sniper mech. I don't think that's a real concern. Okay, this does not look that difficult to defend ourselves from. We're definitely going to want to play a little bit on the defensive side, I think. We got a long battle to get through, and it's a lot of enemies overall. So there's a heavy with a handgun. Sniper tank. Sniper tank is a real high priority. I do wish it had been raining, obviously. We still have some heat stuff going on. Do I want to... This is a good question as to whether I want to wind up a second shot on that sniper tank, or like, do I want that to have been dealt with by now? I think we want that to have been dealt with by now, ideally. We will have somebody else complement the initial sniper shot. So fire on our heavy comes from their heavy, and also... No, that's it. It's just a lot of other stuff fires kind of nearby. Our heavy is not super fast, sadly, so it's not so easy to move. But I do want to kind of like. I wonder if I should just dodge here and not really contribute much in the way of violence. Set up for working on people next turn. Well, okay. If we make sure to put ammunition into their heavy, our heavy is not really in danger, right? So maybe the smartest move here is to just open up hot on something right away. Apparently there are 2 snipers, and we will just trust that the other stuff will get dealt with. All right, you, I'm pretty sure we just want you to run like behind a building somewhere. You don't really need to be anywhere in particular for your job to get done. And honestly, the instant the battle begins, it is sadly going to take a little while for these missiles to actually find their targets, and that makes it tricky to use this mech to knock something out in a hurry, to knock out an enemy that needs to go down fast. I'm just not afraid of the shotgunners, though. My plan right now is to mostly fall back, so I'm not really worrying about the turrets either. Yep, just keep moving, I guess. I'll just line up a couple of attacks here. And I think there's definitely an interesting question as to what does this mech do. So we've got currently a shield that has 765 barrier on it. So the shield is recoverable over the course of the battle. I think the move is probably like I want to come down through here and then move up between these lines of fire, but I want to make sure that I'm doing it in such a way that I'm not like colliding with anything. Actually, maybe the move even is like, yeah, get past the sniper's line of fire before the second shot. And move up this way. There's this shotgunner I'm putting myself really close to, which is dangerous maybe, but we'll figure it out. So as soon as we have like a pretty decent, yeah, let's try to. The heat efficiency on the point mech here is very, very high. So we can do a lot of shooting very quickly. Probably don't want to fire again yet. All right, let's see how this works out. This could be a little bit ugly depending on how bad of a job we do of cleaning up that heavy. All right, we crashed one of the sniper rifle tanks, and now it's down. The other one is... okay, yeah, we cleaned up that center group really, really fast. I did endure a little bit more spray than I thought I was going to. Here. Let's try to throw that shield up real fast while we recover. So what is their move-in plan? And actually, hold on a second. I want to watch a little bit of this again. So what was it that... it's a shame you can't really get a sense of what's going on. Oh, it looks like the missile barrage alone peeled one of this mech's arms off, which even if the pilot had not been concussed, would have been enough to make the heavy cannon worthless. All right. Well, it does seem like they don't really have much in the way of attack plans this turn. I think we've sort of like, we burned their initial assault really badly. And now, I think what we want to do mostly is withdraw. I want to play very defensively with my resources here, because we are going to be in, we're going to be in for a much longer battle than any of their mechs are. So you can just wait right here for a second and then come around. Lots and lots of cooldown time. And like right about here is where we should be able to... Whatever, it's close enough. We'll be able to... Yeah, it'll be good for most of the attack. This guy, I don't know what this guy's plan is. So we definitely want to give you a little bit of time before you start firing again. I don't know if it's really worth it to back up. I think what we're going to do is just start mowing down the turrets with this guy. But a benefit of moving back is that I can make the sniper's life easier. That's probably a good enough reason to do so. Speaking of moving back, we can back up the sniper a couple steps too here. Try to keep that guy inside optimal firing range for the entire volley. And then I could fire this as soon as here. So hold on, let's wait a second. Fall back. Keep the legs locked until the shooting is done. And then I think I'm actually going to close up a little bit, and we're just gonna pelt this guy with the SMG. So one thing that's really nice about the particular SMG we have is that it actually does quite a bit of concussion damage. Yeah, this shouldn't be close enough to piss off these turrets, I don't think. And you can more or less, I mean, we can like take a step out here just to be sure we won't be hitting these buildings. But you can more or less just fire whenever your stuff's off cooldown. This guy is not in a position to receive too much violence. I guess neither one of them is really taking a ton of hits right now. Let's layer on the first set of missiles with the sniper shot in the hopes of getting that job done, and then this will hit as the assault rifle shots are hitting. Wait, where is the heavy? Okay. Yeah, I think just like cook this thing, right? Gosh, there's a mere 14 additional enemies off the screen here. It's fine. All right, pretty good shield. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful work. This guy is kind of on top of our plan, except now he's not looking at the rest of the squad. So are you done shooting? You are done shooting. Okay. I don't think we have a super compelling reason to go quickly. Like, I think the idea would be you would want to move quickly to avoid having to deal with reinforcements, but I think we're going to have any groups of enemy reinforcements that come in so well in hand here. It just doesn't, it's not compelling to me as a danger. I do feel like this is probably under control. We probably don't need to put any more effort in here. So you're going to start firing again. Again, I'm going to be really defensive here. I'm going to step behind this building. Wait for the shooting to stop. And then just step back out and absolutely obliterate you. Okay, he doesn't even have any fire back programmed into the end of the turn, which I think is funny. Oof, you might actually need to spend a whole turn off. That's fine. You can just rest. This thing's gonna take a little bit of damage every time it fires the cannon, basically. This volley of missiles. Okay, yeah, that was enough to get the legs out. All right, turns out we're done. Take that, random truck that happened to be behind what I was shooting at. All right, we're about to take some reinforcements here, and I'm just going to let them spawn. I'm not going to go anywhere. We're going to spend this turn cleaning up these turrets. You need to move forward like a little bit. Yeah. And I know I'm not going to get optimal ranging here, but I don't actually want to step close enough to get optimal ranging with the assault rifle, because the turret will respond if we get that close. All right, just do some damage. Okay, those initial 2 turrets are down. We have the ability to move through the park. Yep, hostile dropship. We're at. It's actually not showing. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Because they don't actually show up until partway through the turn. Okay. So it's 3 there and 3. Oh no. Oh, you poor fools, coming down in 2 pieces. Okay. So we're not actually going to be able to target them until they are all the way down on the ground. But we get basically like a whole turn of optimal setup time here. Granted, we have to cover some distance. We may not be able to get into optimal position before they make landing, but we can certainly make some moves. And if we press this way good and hard, I don't think we necessarily have to be don't necessarily have to be too careful. It is going to be tough for the heavy. Yeah, the heavy can make it to here in a single turn. That okay, no collision on the run by. Good. And you, I actually want to run up through the mid a little bit more. Also not a super fast mech, because, you know, there's no reason for it to be. There is a maximum range on those missiles, though. Alright, so everybody gets cooldown time while the enemies appear. Their jet-in animation's pretty rad. You got to give them that. So that's another sniper tank. Handgun and secondary missile launcher. That's an interesting loadout on a mech that really does not have that much integrity on its... I mean, I guess the main torso's fine, but those arms are going to be pretty easy to peel off. And then this thing is... That's the turret. Why is... Look at where the mouse cursor is right now. Why is that giving me the turret's information? Okay, this guy's a machine gun and secondary missile launcher. MLS stands for missile launcher, comma, secondary. Alright, well, I think we're going to be able to paste this dude pretty easily. It looks like there is a single missile launch. This is their whole attack plan. Okay. You know, you shouldn't assume competence on the part of your enemies. It's a dangerous game to play. That's not even worth doing. Okay, here's my plan. Wait until the shooting stops. Then actually step forward. And when you are cool enough to fire again without cooking the pilot, start shooting at other stuff. Could I get an angle on that tank, I wonder? You know what, I'm not going to worry about it. Other people are going to worry about the tank. So yeah, I guess I will shoot this other mech. I mean, there's no... Take out the non-stationary enemies first, right? Alright, so this assault rifle unit is definitely first up on tank duty. This is a little awkward. I mean, the tank isn't doing anything this turn. It's just outside of maximum range for you. That's a shame. I think it's going to be really hard to hit that thing with anybody's attacks this turn, actually. Yeah, maybe it is worth redesigning this move to try to give us a better angle. It's a little tricky because of the way this building is positioned. I wonder, actually, can Can I get up on top of this building? Not without a thrust. And I, for some reason, redesigned this mech to not have thrusters and didn't even notice that I had done that. Alright, well that's fine. Yeah, that's a fine start. Okay. The heavy moves to approximately here. And then opens fire with the intention of finishing that guy off as he approaches, provided that he hasn't already been detonated. Alright, these mechs are actually pushing up pretty fast. So what do we got here? Assault rifle, sniper. Yeah, sniper tank again. Okay. So we have a sniper shot that is not going to happen. There is a missile launch. Alright, hold on. Let the missiles get in the air, give them a little bit of time to travel, and then we can actually cover very significant distance with this dash. And it's going to cause this to be an overheat. I probably just won't fire this turn. Alright, and then you. What are you going to do? I'm actually kind of wondering about doubling back and like it was setting up like more or less an ambush at the wall here. I think if we head back this way, because I don't think an approach makes a lot of sense for the assault rifle. Pretty solid center hit there. There goes the concussion on the pilot. That hostile tank ate a crash off of the one sniper shot. Absolutely perfect. Giving me time to wind up a couple more. You know what? I'm going to take some overheat damage just to ensure that I crack off 2 more shots before this thing can recover and crack off 1 shot. I'll take that very seriously. I did, by the way, make sure that our point mech remained in the heavy category. It is basically like the lightest mech that still counts as heavy. I was very, very careful dialing in that weight, so we can do, you know, body blocks and stuff. I don't know that either one of these guys is particularly more dangerous than the other, so let's just open up on whoever comes close. Now we can hold off from there. Actually, the way this positions, maybe we don't need so much fire on that guy. Maybe I should be sending the assault rifle mech up this way instead. Because, like, if we get up to here, and then we open fire, I can get both of these two pretty low pretty quickly here, actually. Alright, I don't think that should be a problem. To be on the safe side, let's wait until we've finished firing that first volley and then, like, step behind this building. Let's make things a little bit safer. Actually, yeah, it's fine. We're going to have missiles in the air at the turn, and we won't have to deal with that right away. So, we're going to get some missiles from this guy. It's so hard to get the game to show me the correct enemy units. It really, really, really thinks the only thing you could possibly be interested in is the turret. I think I'm okay with this. I think I'm okay with, like, redirecting most of our focus this way. The sniper is going to kill that tank. One more. Oh, shit. And to be honest with you, it just completely failing to kill the tank in 2 shots was not on my bingo card at all. This is one of the problems. Okay, so this pilot is concussed. This pilot took no damage at all for whatever reason. Yeah, that's tricky. That thing having survived 2 volleys from the sniper rifle gives us some real problems. It looks like one of their mechs is going to crash himself on. Okay, so that's probably not a real turn. We don't have to worry about that. They're very bad at using their sniper tank. I'm going to step back into the open here just a little bit. Yeah, it definitely really sucks to lose the that's a bad angle for that, huh? Stupid, awkwardly tall building. It definitely really sucks to lose the sniper to freak fire like that so early. Like to have the to have my shots do so much less damage than their counter shots in a way that like there's no you have no ability to predict. But we'll just have to deal. I think this guy's probably very, very dead. He's got a swarm of missiles incoming, and then yeah, we probably don't need the assault rifle mech to shoot at him, so I guess this is another time where it makes sense for the assault rifle mech to turn around and start focusing this way. We're going to have some enemies coming back here eventually. Okay, that's a good dodge. Well, just concuss that pilot. Nope, not quite. Well. You can probably concuss that pilot pretty fast. You can just step forwards. There's a building between you and the people approaching from this side. Not that I think they're going to get anywhere. Yeah, and then we have a really clean shot on... maybe not quite as clean as I would like. Yeah, alright. We will have to step forward a little bit more than that. Alright, there we go. There's my really clean shot. On this guy as he is approaching, so we should be able to get some decent... If we back up with him, we can keep him at optimal range through the whole burst, I'm sure. I might want to have you boost just to blow their target recognition. Alright, so let's wait until the missiles are in the air and then... yeah, just dodge sideways. So after we land that attack, how long is it until you could attack with that weapon again, in theory, safely? And it does kind of seem like there's no reason for this mech to move this turn. And the enemies never really do anything after that. This guy's gonna be dead, right? For sure. Yeah. That railgun thing is really cool. Alright, is that just the first part of this city battle? Yeah, obviously, please recover my sniper mech. Part of the value of having 9 frames up is that we can just glomp all those parts onto one of the other, like the blade mech, turn it into a sniper, so that we could have that sniper immediately. Or sorry, let me actually. What am I doing here? None of this stuff is valuable, sadly. Okay, this stuff. Here's some stuff we might use. I don't need this. We probably don't need just a general machine gun. There doesn't seem to be much reason to use them. That doesn't look like a winner. I don't know if this legitimately might be an upgrade on our rifle front. So like the stuff that you're able to manufacture is controlled by, you know, randomly finding charges for the designs that are important to you on the battlefield. And we have never found a good assault rifle charge. So we can only make one kind of assault rifle, and it's a kind of assault rifle that never has concussive damage on it. So that's a bummer. You've successfully struck into the center of the capital, but there's no time to rest and repair. I really thought we were going to have to actually do a lot more fighting on that map, like there were going to be more waves there, but I guess they've broken it up a little bit differently. All right, there's an opening to slip back into the shadows to lick your wounds and sharpen your steel once more. The home guard is prepared to do the same. One of your pilots is staring into the camera, unable to tear their eyes from the chaotic comms. No, fucking let's do it. So, we are just going to pull another one of the pilots. See, one thing that I think is really annoying here is that these pilots do have different amounts of full health and concussion resistance, and that number is not indicated here at all. You have to click the pilot and see the thing. Like, it absolutely should be the case that this 123 should be the number that is here. All right, let's go in, and like I said, we're gonna take this edit. Congratulations, you're the sniper rifle mech now. This is the rifle I was using, right? Yeah. I think so. It's got to be. Huh. Actually, this... You know, it's funny. What are the mods on this thing? Yeah, I guess locked in place. Those are pretty bad. Maybe we do want to just use the gray. No, this is the rifle I was using, I think. Yeah, with the concussive payload on it. Okay, SMG. Now, I don't remember exactly what all torso parts we had, but it doesn't matter so hugely for this mech, and honestly, maybe just leaving it as it is fine. 16 speed with a functional thruster, probably good enough. No, full body. There we go. Yeah, that'll work. So how damaged are we? They still don't really give you the ability to see this number in a way that's like super meaningful. It's fine. Whatever. These will work. I definitely changed your color from what it was. Because there was a body part in there that was red, and I was like, oh, that must have been the color I was using before. What color was the sniper before? I don't remember. Now the sniper is going to be sort of a white and blue. Very easy to pick out among the grasses and trees. And the enemies just, you know, they won't take advantage of that. They're nice guys. They won't. They don't want to win unfairly. All right, we're able to bail. Enemy command is stationed here with heavy guard. This is it. If we take them out, the capital is ours, apparently. Consider this battle your last. Okay, well, they were not kidding about heavy guard. That is 3 heavy mechs charging us immediately. Shotgun, machine gun, handgun. One of those is not even... Okay. That's not a terrifying weapon, to be honest with you. So we're getting shots in on everybody except for the missile launcher. And then a double up on the sniper from a mech who will never be in position to shoot the sniper. So we're going to want to open up this angle as much as possible here. Everybody make sure you are out of the way. Pardon me, I am still pretty sick. I'm still a little sick. And so I will have to occasionally mute for coughing fits and whatnot. But you know what else I'm sick of? These assholes living in our capital city. Honestly, that seems like it should be pretty safe. Yeah, none of those shots are coming in from anywhere that matters. You just have a machine gun, so all we have to do with the heavy is not be here anymore. The thing is, the heavy walks so slowly. I wonder if it does make sense to just to start our movement with a dash, because otherwise we will never have an attack position. Get out to here and then just open up on this nerd. I can't believe handgun and shield is... I don't think I understand that design. I'll say this. It's a big shield. If he puts that shield up and just runs through the wall of fire here, I think he's probably going to survive. You are just going to step out of the way. Just kind of like into the open so nobody crashes into anybody. I don't want to fire until I have a reasonably open trajectory. So I think you're probably, like, honestly, I don't know that I think any of these enemies are particularly dangerous. I'm assuming it's the heavy reinforcements are what's really going to get us. All right, and then you... I kind of think I like just push up. And obviously I don't want to expose myself to shotgun fire. Yeah, probably like get this far, let that guy discharge his shotgun into the sides of that, into the side of that building. And then move up a little bit more. And so I want to be able to attack cleanly at this point in the approach. And then again here, like this dude's going down for sure. So I can attack as late as this on the approach. It's basically just free damage. Okay, and as we have it dialed in, nobody's crashing into anybody else. All right. Okay, wow. A single shot from the sniper rifle does the thing that a single shot from that sniper rifle usually does. This is the reason I was surprised when things went so poorly the last time. Okay. I'm gonna have the sniper relocate like over to here. Oh, I'm not allowed to go back any further. All right, well, to right there, that's gonna have to do. And basically, like the instant that guy becomes visible around the corner, paste him. He's a little too close for optimal sniping chance, but still pretty good. And all this guy on the right can think to do is just run forward. So we're gonna wait until you're done shooting. And we're gonna move you back here. So I think we can probably start the turn with the shield up toward this guy pretty safely. Now, this enemy is heavy, so I don't want to step out in front of him. Actually, you know what? Given how fast I am, maybe the better play is to like wrap around here. And then, yeah, like basically as soon as you're here, just open up. Get to avoid having to deal with that that annoying shield. And we might be able to take them down before the external reinforcements show up, which would definitely make my life a lot easier. Yep. These 2 pilots concussed. Phalanx detachment moving to Boxing Hotel Victor. Oh no, that's us. We're the Hotel Victor Tangos. Additional enemy reinforcements will be coming in. I didn't bother to like press there's a button for calling the home guard somewhere on the UI, and I just didn't bother with it. Presumably, you know, we could have gotten some help here. Is that it? It kind of seems like these 2 are the whole reinforcement set. Yeah. All right. That's all it's showing. Assault rifle shield, missile launcher shield. This is not a good... Okay. Whatever. It's fine. It's their loss. So let's position for murder. How do I want to put you down? I guess like somewhere over here is fine. Probably. I probably don't have to move very far at all. And I will just plan to have explosions waiting for them in the landing zone as they approach. Again, just kind of shooting in this direction generally. Does this sniper... Okay, so sniper's maximum jump distance is not super high. I am wondering about getting up on top of one of these buildings. It's really hard to get them to aim up over this building. That's a shame because I don't really want... All right. Let's not do that then. Getting up on this building makes a little bit more sense in that case, I think. But that'll be a 2-turn maneuver. And you just kind of get... I guess, like... can run around over here and provide fire from this side and generally just kind of like make their lives complicated so they don't have easy moves to dial in next turn. Yeah, my mechs crashed into each other because I didn't check and it doesn't warn you in any way. That's fine. It's annoying, but fine. We're not going to get any shooting done until we're like here. This is very awkward. And I don't really want to run forward any further than that because I'm worried about running into the range of this stuff. So, all right. Well, we're going to have a really hard time sniping them in any meaningful way, that's for sure. Out of curiosity, I don't think that this jump will let me get up this high. Yeah. There's no way we could ever get up on top of that building. So the sniper might be an SMG unit for the rest of this phase. To be perfectly honest here, just like waiting right there. Maybe even a little further forward. No, maybe not. They are so slow that I think maybe it ends up still making sense to try to get the range. It's going to be really tough for us to make the jump all the way up onto there. I have to position very carefully so I don't collide with... There we go. So I don't collide with the edge of the lower floor of the building while doing it. All right, you just have to clear that direction as quickly as possible. I don't think we're going to be able to get any actual missile delivery here. Not until, like, this moment. So they close in, and they are moving around the machine gun fire. We can reposition it a little bit by moving. And then also just kind of like break line of sight from them. Yeah, okay. We get stuff out of the way before the assault rifle mech is in place. I actually almost concussed that pilot from full health in a single turn. That's great news. We're going to be able to finish that off here. We have no idea where the other enemy group is going to come in. So it's pretty tough to predict what's going to look like a good position over the next few turns. Out of curiosity, once he's reached his final spot here, yeah, he is blocked still. That's a little frustrating. And you don't have the dash link to get onto the other building from here. Or you can get onto this part of it, but... Alright, honestly, I may just do this. This is the one action we take. Move it a little bit earlier, take some heat damage in exchange for making sure that both the shots go off. And I'm feeling very confident that other mech is dead. I don't see any way that it could possibly survive. We'll just make absolutely certain and then kind of run in a like central-ish direction. Try to prep for the next set of reinforcements. You kind of don't have anything to do. I guess, you know, I could... Well, I'm not allowed to use the secondary weapon while the machine gun is still in hand. So I guess, yeah, you don't really get to do anything. Here, we can step out into the open at least a little bit. Okay. Yep, that concussion damage doing what it does. Deadeye fire team is taking aim. So here comes their long-range reinforcements. And then they're going to have some fast reinforcements. Okay, they're not exactly dropping at long range. 2 sniper rifles? Yeah, okay. No big surprises there. So they're dropping in kind of goofy positions. You are actually really well positioned to just... Yeah, to just start hammering him with the SMG. I'm not actually allowed to target them specifically until they until the next turn, but I can certainly target where they're landing. I don't know if it's going to make much sense for us to even try to bring you into this conflict. By the time you get here, I think it's going to be over. But we can at least... we can make a move. Yeah. Got him right in the foot, a very, very small amount. Just running around kind of goofy because he doesn't actually have the ability to fire his weapon accurately at this distance. All right, that'll be fun. You can continue to focus on this one. I don't know that we need to do very much in terms of defending ourselves. So yeah, they both try to take a shot at the heavy at this point. I think all I do is just like step the heavy back behind. So there's a lot of damage to the lower part of this building, but the snipers aim for like the center of mass, so I think this should be fine. Okay, your dash is also really short-ranged. Okay, we can get on top of the building now. Move to like maximize my effectiveness here. All right, that's a lot of pressure. I have a hard time imagining how these two sniper mechs deal with that much pressure. They do have a fair amount of integrity. They'll be able to take some beatings, but... Yep, that's 2 concussed pilots. Alright, well, heavy mech, I guess just like wait here. In a place where you could shoot lots of things in theory, and I'm going to leave my sniper up high, wait a little bit until the... until this mech cools down, and then jump down, and just kind of get in a position to run towards stuff. But yeah, I'm feeling like I'm really not in very much danger here. Ranger Squad. Ooh, experimental enemy reinforcements are next. All right, Ranger Squad's coming in way over there with just assault rifles. Okay. I guess we are going to have to reposition for that at least. They got us there. How the hell do I get down? There we go. So I think at the risk of putting the heavy mech in some more serious danger, I'm going to try to set up along this street here. I have to admit, I wasn't expecting them to come down all the way over there. This is going to take forever. It's like run until your stuff cools down and then jump again. Okay. So they're moving pretty fast, at least. A lot of assault, or a lot of missiles coming in for the point mech, and then some more fire right at the end. I'm definitely not too worried about this. Let's... I don't know. I don't really feel a need to, like, reveal myself. I think let's run in one direction. Like, to lose these missiles, I kind of want to run in one direction until the missiles are in the air, and then just juke back in the other direction, right? And we'll go shield up just in case I've left a little bit of a moment here where I'm taking fire, but I think that should be sufficient to keep them from doing any harm at all. All right, here's hoping your torso turn speed is up to the task. Do I want to... Here's a question. Wait through a lot of it. And then right about here, do I want to start stepping sideways to try to keep... No, I'm not going to be able to keep the angle because you step way too slowly. All right, so that's not a big deal then. We'll just let that happen. Can I get up onto... There we go. Actually, maybe this is not the ideal building for this. Get up onto this one is what I'd rather do. But I think we're a little too close. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to have to, like, run to here. There we go. From this point, I should have an actual shot. And you really don't need to, like, move at all here. If I were to start firing now, would I clip the sniper? Yeah, I would hit my own sniper in the back with the missiles as they're coming out. So maybe let's give that a second. At least I'm checking for the collisions now, right? All right, let's see how they fare as they move through the opening assault. All right, pilot concussed, because that's how that goes. Is that other guy crashing now? Because he ran into the... He ran into his friend there. Wow, he took a lot of damage. I'm assuming that's mostly fire from the heavy. What does his turn look like? It actually looks like he doesn't plan to move almost at all. You know what? I'm not even going to take the heat damage. I don't think it's necessary. I think the other mechs are going to be able to handle this. The targeting information is a little confusing because what it's showing us in the upper left is the mech that's still up, but what it's showing us at the mouse cursor is the mech that went down. I'm just going to trust that it's targeting the right thing because we have no way of telling. Now, the bad news for us is I think it's actually going to be really hard for the assault rifle mech to get much damage in here because I think this other thing is going to serve as a shield for a lot of this approach. But we got to try. Also, once you're totally cooled down, you may as well try to help a little as well. I'm actually going to step back here and try to get a better angle. And I think I'm still going to hit the building with a lot of it. And you are just going to, like, walk over here. Okay, one sniper shot does the job as ever. Research Asset Omega. I'm excited. Let's see it. Let's see the experimental mech. It's okay. Apparently they have a lot of faith in it. It's coming down alone. It has a lot of shielding. Well, honestly, no. Like a large percentage of its total toughness is shielding, but those numbers as a whole are still very low. All right, well, y'all turn around and get back here as best you can. My suspicion is that I am not going to actually get to shoot this thing with my heavy at all. I'll try to get over here, though. This will provide a decent angle. You can kind of just step into the open and, yeah, right about here or so. Actually, yeah, the way the missiles are, that's not going to work. Let's... No, just normal walk. Okay, I think I can get us a real shooting angle here. We'll see if that does anything at all. That guy's probably going to be out of position by the time those missiles will land. We'll put you all the way on the edge of this building and just wait, I think. I mean, he's got a beam gun. That's kind of cool. And then we have more enemies. More enemies incoming. Okay, eventually he fires. So it's a railgun, or no, sorry, it's a beam or a secondary missile launcher, and I think that's the secondary missile launcher that's firing. You can tell from the curve and the stance of the wireframe here. So actually, all we have to do to avoid that is just like be behind this building, which I think is probably fine. He is going to try to pressure me, and we just have to, you know, not respond with fear. Alright, try to pop some shots off as we get openings between the buildings. Actually, yeah, run this much, and then I'm going to try to generate a little bit of distance here. I can't really attack safely anywhere in there. That's fine. The heavy's probably not going to be able to help too much. Yeah, I guess just get to here. Try to run these mechs so that there's no chance of anybody colliding with anybody on future turns. Okay, pretty good hit. Knocked the beam arm clean off, I think. No, that's the other arm. Okay, he's still got his beam. It's interesting to note how the plan changes. Now keep in mind that beam weapon is probably going to be able to carve right through that building if it's anything like the beam weapons I have. Well, if it's anything like the way the beam weapons I have are described in their tooltips, I will admit I did not actually use any of them, so I don't know how effective that capability really is. Let's get you out of the way, first things first here, so that this guy knows exactly where he can step. Yeah, I kind of think this thing has fucked up its positioning really, really badly. It's definitely doing like I really appreciate its like custom robo style beam slide. That's a cool maneuver. You're just gonna back up and hope to outrange the beam, because the thing about the beam is it does in fact have a pretty limited range. But it's hard for me to imagine this thing not getting shredded by the other three mechs before it starts mattering. Yep, there it goes. Okay, actually, dramatically overkill. Way to completely annihilate every single portion of that thing. Ooh, Exorcist team. I get it. Cause we're phantoms. Oh hey, and Home Guard. The Home Guard finally showed up. That's nice of them. Or that rather they finally will show up, although actually it doesn't. I don't see where. Oh, over here. Okay. So that's a dangerous, like that's a pretty threatening drop position for us, right? Because like obviously we're in good position to be able to fire on some of them immediately, but also then we're in some danger. So heavy sniper rifle, double missile launcher, machine gun, cannon, and marksman. Okay. Well, this one is definitely the highest priority. That's the one that comes down right there. I don't know that I can do too much about that, unfortunately. Okay, so it's more like right there. Yeah, all right. It should be there when the bullets land. Now it says blocked. Okay, there we go. We can get him to shoot over the building by just putting this a little further back. All right, that should be real damage, hopefully. You are going to need some time to just like run. Honestly, maybe just positioning this thing right here. And then wait until that enemy is actually down. The problem is, if I start shooting now, I have to indicate position rather than enemy, and so it won't track, because this guy doesn't count as existing until the next turn. Which is a little annoying. You know what? Okay, that's a pretty good opening salvo there. Can you just immediately pulverize this thing? All right, so we're going to catch some missile fire aimed at the sniper. It's actually kind of a lot of anger aimed at the sniper. Doesn't seem like a big deal. We take this shot. We wait until like here. And then we jump off the building. Actually, that's probably the wrong direction to do that in. I want to go like more directly this way. What am I colliding with? Yeah, that whatever. That'll have to do. Run a little bit more and then dash again to lose the missiles that are targeting you, except I can't if I can't enter that dash command if I wait that long. I'm not really sure what am I just dashing up onto another building? Is that the play? Yeah. Let's see what angle this gives us. So this mech never moves. We can, like, take 2 steps forward here with the assault rifle mech and just batter this thing for the entire round for some reason. Can't say I think that's very smart. This attack, which is, okay. Something to take fairly seriously, I think. Does matter. It won't pierce the building. I think I'm okay. Yeah, you get the next volley. The heavy mech, I think he's just going to wait until the sniper, that like sliding sniper comes in to focus, and then, yeah, just wind up on him. And is this maybe a time to focus in with the repeater? I mean, let's try to finish this guy off, right? The sniper mech's probably dead by this point. I guess just like over here. It's taking a lot of fire in the back. It is... It's honestly not that badly damaged. Nor is this thing, really. For the amount of rounds we put into it, I'm kind of embarrassed at how healthy it still is. That said, there's not a lot of pressure on us to do anything new over here. Does anybody shoot at my sniper at any point during this turn? No. So the sniper can just take up the new camping position here. This gives us a better chance of bodying their sniper with our own. I'm just gonna line up. I really hope he's not still alive at this point, but if he is, this will do something about it. I'm just not that worried about the marksman, I think. Well, maybe I should be, though. Maybe I should be more worried about the marksman than the cannon. I don't know. I think this mech is just kind of like doing setup damage. Let's put some DPS on somebody while hiding behind these buildings. And when the heavy finishes firing, do we just kind of keep firing down this alley? You do get targeted. It's probably for the best once the shooting is done for this thing to step aside. Take a couple seconds of cover. Oof, if we wait that long, I get in some pretty dangerous positions with that sniper fire. Yeah, go ahead and clip your own angle a little bit. For safety's sake. We're in a position here where the home guard theoretically could start helping at any minute. Alright, the sniper actually did get concussed. So did this mech that the assault rifle has been working on forever. And I think that's gotta basically be it, right? They're gonna have a very hard time challenging us with what they have left. What kind of weapon is this that's being fired at me? Oh, wait, that's the sniper mech somehow makes it out. Okay, well, hold on. That's probably fixable. It does kind of seem like it's going to take a lot of fire here. I don't know that I believe that it's actually going to live to take that shot. Doesn't fire until here. Incidentally, the moment when it's okay for me to fire as well. We can execute a whole second assault rifle volley before that shot would go off. I'm fairly sure that thing's dead. Get to work on this nerd. You can back up so you don't accidentally shoot the heavy in the backside. Yep. Okay. This has got to be it for this wave, right? No, we just cannot... This sniper cannot be killed. He took the legs right out from under our own sniper, but he doesn't do anything else. He is taking a huge amount of fire from all kinds of enemies as he runs. Yeah, I mean, frankly, it's very silly that he is still alive. Can I move over like very slightly on this roof? Okay, that lets me shoot back. Yeah, the damage has distributed incredibly evenly over that mech, and this game has no ability to like actually aim your attacks or anything, so sometimes that's just going to happen. He is the only thing they have left. Pretty sure we're good. It actually took all of that shooting plus the first missile barrage to finally bring the thing down. Absolutely ridiculous. Technically, that pilot's not dead. Every part of his mech is broken, but the pilot is alive. I would assume he's going to eject from the mech, unless we stop him, which I think we are pretty likely to do. At this point, more out of spite than anything else. There you go. We will delete every atom that ever was a part of that mech from the battlefield. Alright, just a quick 20 turns of battle. No big deal. Absolutely bring my sword mech's legs back and repair them. Those will be important later, I'm sure. Our salvage budget is huge. It's weird, like, you would think, given that we're taking over their entire... Like, we're taking the whole city, you would think we would be able to just keep everything. So our intention here is to never leave this city. But I guess it doesn't quite work that way. Gosh, that's a lot. Jesus, that's a lot of stuff. Okay, hold on a second. Let's not spend salvage budget on any of this stuff. Mark it all X. We will start from the bottom because all of the cool stuff was sorted to the bottom here. So first of all, that's a really good sniper rifle. Yeah, all of this mech's parts look very compelling. And then, like, what do I actually care about from there? I think I want... This is a burn it down mech except for that rifle. It's pretty real. We do need some more, like, just general high-level parts. I'll tell you what I really need is, like, light parts, though. You know what? Bring these two home, scrap this one, and let's call it, because I don't care that much.
They fought for us when we had no fight left. They kept hope alive when we were all but lost. Things won't return to the way they once were. will build something great from the ashes.
So, okay, I guess that's the actual ending. And it makes sense that it would be, but like it makes some sense that it would be in terms of the like the mechanical arc of things. Like once you can handle a fight that's that difficult, nothing else poses a challenge, obviously. But at the same time, it kind of doesn't make sense in terms of the way the map is laid out. Because why is there so much map beyond the capital? One of your mechs helps you onto one of the taller buildings still standing in the capital. The peak gives you an unrestricted panorama of the sea of broken mechs across the city. You hold your country's flag in one hand. You've successfully liberated the capital. Relief is palpable in the air, mixed with the bitter taste of smoking metal. Looking at the wreckage, it is obvious that the cost of liberation is high, but paying off the debt of oppression is priceless. That is... I like sort of the rhetorical construction here. It's a shame it's gibberish. You take another look at the horizon, ready to hoist the flag and declare victory over the invading forces. We did it! Huzzah! Yeah, I mean technically there's still work to be done, but like we just gave you the ending title card because we know you're done. Let's be honest. So yeah, there's still like, you know, roughly half of the province is left. I think we're good though. I think we get this. I really like a lot of the ideas that are at the heart of this thing, but I think that like the biggest problem is the all of it feels a little superfluous due to your ability to see 5 seconds into the future, which is sort of like the core of the idea. It feels a little bit like somebody built a whole game and then the Frozen Synapse see the future thing was like a last minute addition, because all of these systems make sense in the context of each other except for that one. That's like the one thing that's like hanging outside the formula and sort of ruining everything. And it's weird because it really is like that's like a core pitch idea. I don't know. It's a very strange construction. The mech fighting is cool. There's a lot of neat weapons. I think the weapon design in this game is actually really good. There's a lot of fun weapons with a lot of trade-offs. They would be a lot more interesting if you could aim. But whatever. And because, you know, obviously that introduces a host of balance problems of its own. But none of it matters because the game's too easy. None of it matters because all of the battles are trivially easy because you can see the future. So it's a little bit of a bummer. Anyway, that's Phantom Brigade. We did it. We took back the capital. It will be trivial to finish the thing from here. And then I expect, you know, as much as this game is all about hooray, the magic of liberation, like this country then goes on to conquer the world, right? Because you can only hold on to that particular hammer for so long before every problem on Earth starts looking like a nail, right? This probably ends in kind of an ugly way. Anyway, we don't have to worry about that. We're done with it. That's going to be it for us for today and for the series. Thank you all so much for watching. When y'all return tomorrow, there will be new stuff and hopefully better and clearer vocal work on my part. And we'll see you then.